Hello to everybody who attended, who are in this webinar. Thank you for attending this webinar. You all know that today's webinar is all about how to write a winning statement of purpose. So, how many of you know statement of purpose like before attending this webinar? Does anybody know how to write a statement of purpose? Or do you have any idea how it can be used in your study abroad process? If yes, give a thumbs up. If no, then I'll know. If nobody reacts, then I know nobody knows anything about statement of purpose. Okay, there are a couple of thumbs up. So maybe some people know, some might not know, and it is very common because unless you start your study abroad process, majority of the people do what is statement of purpose, but it is a very important aspect of study abroad application process. Okay, so that's the reason this webinar is exclusively for how to write a webinar because this SOP can decide your application status as well, like whether you get accepted or not. This SOP can decide. So this is a very vital part of your application. So that's why this webinar is totally dedicated to SOP. So in this webinar, we see how to write SOP, how the format should be, and it will also give you tips and tricks as well. And by the end of this webinar, as I already mentioned, there are some offers going on for all the people who are attending this webinar, which I'll explain you as well. So stay tuned until the end of the webinar. Okay, let's start now. Can you move on? Next slide, please. I hope you understand what I just told you. Okay, so let me give you a brief introduction about myself. So I'm Anmisha Reddy. For people who know, I make informative content on YouTube regarding study abroad, and I also have a company called Careercheq Go Abroad. For people who don't know, then yeah, this is my YouTube channel, Anmisha Reddy. If you want to learn about study abroad process, about different countries, pros and cons, all the informative content about study abroad will be on my YouTube channel. So you can follow me there. And yeah, this is my company, Careercheq Go Abroad. We process applications to all the study abroad popular destinations. So if you're looking to study abroad, then we are always there for you. We provide like A to Z services for you, and we'll be there you in every step of your study abroad process. So this is a little intro about me and my company. Okay, so as I mentioned at the beginning of it, the importance of SOP. So it is a very important part of your application, as I mentioned, because some might not have like high scores or high grades, or they might not have any extracurricular activities. For them, writing a well crafted SOP makes a huge difference, because while reviewing the application, the admissions team will not only check your grades or extracurricular activities, they will also check how well you have written your SOP. If the SOP is like very outstanding, then even though your scores might be less, then you have higher chances of getting acceptance. So that's the reason SOP plays a major role. And also, if you write like well outstanding SOP, then it will definitely set you apart from all the other people. For example, if you're applying for a university which have huge competition, and if you write like a well crafted and outstanding SOP, then you will definitely stand out, even though if your grades are less, or even though you don't have any good extracurricular activities or anything like that. You should showcase your beautiful unique journey, motivations, aspirations, and how well you connect all these with your career goals. These all matters in writing SOP. If that is outstanding, then definitely it plays a major role in your application process. Now let's understand what is actually SOP. So it is usually a essay which is required by the university. Statement of purpose, in the sense it is already in the name. So they need why you're applying for that university, why you're applying to that course, and why you have chosen so and so country, and how it aligns with your future goals and aspirations. All these things they want to know. You should have some purpose to study in their university, right? So they need that purpose, and they need that purpose to be like very strong. So that's the reason everybody asks for SOP in the application process. So SOP also explains like who you are, your interest in the program, your contributions, as I mentioned, and also you have to tell your career goals, your program alignment. For example, you are so and so person, and you have done BTech here, and you want to do masters in computer science or so and so in abroad country. So you have to first let them know your whatever you have done, and how this computer science course will help you reach whatever goal. For example, you want to get a well-paid computer engineer job or something like that abroad. So for that, you will need like MSc in computer science, right? So you have to align all this. To reach my goal, I need this course. That's the reason you have to connect with your education and your future goals. You have to connect this program. So that's the process of writing SOP actually. So now I'll tell you exactly how to do a research and how to prepare before writing SOP. As I mentioned, first you need to definitely research about the university which you're going to, and also the program. You have to do research about these two things. You can research in their websites because they have like authentic information only on their website. If you're going to any university, then please go to Google and make sure you find their website and thoroughly read about their university and also the program, so that you'll understand their values and what they usually look for candidates. You'll get to know in their website. So once you get to know that, you can inculcate all these in your SOP, which allows your chances of acceptance. Yes, right. So if you are writing something which they like, then definitely you have higher chances of getting acceptance, which is why we recommend you to do proper research about the university and the program. And also, you have to reflect on your experiences and achievements. So you cannot just simply write, I did so and so thing, I finished this, I want to do this. It shouldn't be general, and it shouldn't be like an essay kind of a thing. It should be like a story which you're explaining to the application department or head. So you should share your journey, your experiences, how this will help you to achieve your future goal. There should be some storytelling and very unique it should be. So that's how you should write an SOP in order it to be stand out. So usually what people do is they just, there's no format, nothing. They'll just write a paragraph saying that I finished this course, I want to study here, I want to study in your university, and so and so I want to become this, that's why I want to apply for this university. That is like very basic minimum SOP, and that is not how we should write an SOP, because I already told you it plays a very important role. So if you write like that, then 100% you'll get rejection from the university, even though if your grades are like really high. All these things also, if you write your SOP like that, then you have higher chances of rejection. So you should definitely keep in mind that you have to follow the format, which I'll tell you in the next slide. You have to follow the format, and then you have to write it as a storytelling. You have to make sure that the application head will think that if he doesn't do this course in this university today, then he'll not able to go ahead in this career. He should be convinced in such a way. So you have to write like that. So please do remember that. And also, I forgot, you have to research about the country as well. You have to tell them why you want to study in USA only or UK only. You have to write pros of the country as well. So that also plays a major role. Otherwise, they might think, why only USA or why only UK? You can study somewhere else also. They'll ask all these questions. So instead of that, you have to make sure you do research about country, university, and program. These three should be, you have to do thorough research about these three and write all the pros you can think of, and really how it will be useful for you in general. Also, you have to write in the SOP. And next, as I told you, I'll tell you about the structure and content. So usually the SOP starts with the introduction, which is about you. Like for example, I am so and so, I finished my bachelor's or whatever. Or you can write about yourself, I'm a outgoing person, or I like to explore, or something about you. Be like very compelling to them, and it should attract the attention of the audience, because the first para actually decides your entire SOP. If it is like very boring, then they might not be even interested to read further. So first para is like very important, which is introduction about you. Don't be general. Don't say that I'm Anvisha, my father name is this. Don't be basic. It should be very unique and creative. So that is very important when it comes to introduction. And next is academic background. Yes. So next para should be your academic background, whatever you have done. You have finished your inter, or you have finished your 10th, or you have finished your bachelor's, where you have done, and during your studies, did you achieve anything? All these things you can write in the second para. Also, you should mention all the achievements here itself. Otherwise, there will be some achievements, right? Not only in the education or something like that, even in sports or any kind of achievements or anything while you're studying 10th, inter, or bachelor's, you have to mention here. So your academic background also plays a major role, and you can also mention your percentages as well. For example, I've got 90% in intermediate, I've got 60% in bachelor's. All this you can mention your academic background. And next comes professional. So usually academic, in the academic background, you can start with the latest and then end with the oldest. For example, BBA will be your newest, right? So you can start with BBA into 10th. That's how you can start the para and then end it with the oldest one. That way it is more recommendable. So you should do that. And next is professional experience. So if you have any job experience, professional experience, or any business experience or anything, you have to highlight it, even though it is internship or anything for that matter. Whatever you have, you just mention. And also in this professional experience, also you have to mention if you have any achievements. For example, if you have awarded best employee, or if you have reached some sales goals, or whatever achievements you have in your professional experience, you have to mention it. And here as well, you can start with newest to oldest, your professional experience. And also, while writing your experience, you can mention years as well, since how many years you are working in so and so company, and how it has helped you think about the course you want to, like, for example, you have done 2 years of experience here, you have 2 years of experience here, and you want to get a promotion or go into a higher level. That's the reason you want to do MBA in UK. So you can link it even in the academic background, even in the professional experience. You have to try to link all these to why this program or why this university or why you have to do this. For that, you definitely have to link all these things. So that is about professional experience. And next is why this program. I've been telling this since starting. This is a very, very, very important part apart from introduction. So in why this program, you have to tell, as you have done research already about the university program and the country, you have to mention all these things here. You have to explain why you have chosen so and so university, why you have chosen so and so course, and why you have chosen so and so UK, USA, or whatever country, and how it will align. Yeah, which is next step. I'll explain you. So in this para, you have to write about all these things, all pros about that course, all pros about that country, all pros about that university, and also how it will be useful for you. For example, I'm doing masters in computer science. It will be useful for me to get a so and so goal, or to get a complete understanding of so and so course. And this university have top ranking, this is well reputed, well renowned university, it have higher placement percentage. All these things you can mention to highlight the university, which all these pros you can get it in their website. That's why I'm asking you to research completely about the program and university. And while you're researching about the program, you can check whatever subjects they have in the program as well. In that way, you can also mention the program has so and so subject, which will really help me to achieve my goal in future, or which will give me a complete understanding of so and so subject. So if you go in detail about the program and university, that actually gives you more points, because it clearly shows the research you have done to write this SOP. It clearly shows the interest you have in getting into this university and also getting into this course. That's what they need. They need that you're like really interested. If not, they won't be able to give you admission, because they don't want any time pass candidates. They want serious candidates, like every university want those. So that's why you have to show that you have done proper research and everything. And next is like career goals. As I told you, you have to align all these with your future ambitions. And short term, you can mention my short term goal is this, that's why this will be helpful for me, or my long term goal will be that, so that's why I'll do this first, and then I'll do job, and then I'll do again MBA. All these things you can mention. Your future plan, your career plan, you can mention, because you might have some plan, right? Just like that, you don't want to do MBA or MSc in abroad countries by spending so much money. You will have some goals, so you can fairly mention all those goals with in the SOP. And you can tell them, to reach my goal, this program is like very important to me. And some might not have relevant education background to what they want to study. In that case, SOP plays a major role. You have to clearly mention why you want that shift in your field to achieve what. So yeah, you have background in BTech, but you want to do MBA for what? you want to start a business, which is why you have already technical knowledge and you want to learn something about the business, which is why I'm choosing MBA. So these kind of explanations and in-depth analysis is needed when you're trying to change the fields, because everybody gets that doubt, right? He finished in BTech and why he want to do MBA and what is the use, what is his career goal? It's nowhere related. It shouldn't look like that. All this should be aligned, and they should convince that he needs to do this course in our university only to reach this his goal. Okay, that you have to write in career goals, and then it is conclusion. So you have to conclude all this. You have to sum up with enthusiasm, saying that I'm looking forward to join your university and complete the course and achieve my goals. All these things you can mention in the conclusion. You should be telling them I'll be looking forward to the reply, or I'll be looking forward to the offer letter, or something like that. It should be like very good, and as it mentioned, you should sum up with enthusiasm. You should have that in your conclusion, so it will give you like a positive ending to your beautifully crafted SOP. So all these, if you don't have to mention headings as well. You don't have to mention introduction. You don't have to mention academic background. You just follow these paras. While writing, first para should be introduction, second para academic background. Like that you can write. You don't have to mention introduction, academic background. No, you don't have to do that. You can just simply start with you just remember that first para should be introduction and all those, and write it off. And it looks amazing if you write in this way. Okay, now that we have seen how to write SOP, importance of SOP, the content, everything, now we'll see some tips and tricks on how writing SOP. First and foremost, it should be authentic. It should reflect yourself. Not, you should not exaggerate things. For example, if you have done your BTech or something, you cannot tell them that you got 60%, but then you will say I got so and so thing. So it is exaggeration, right? It is not true, which is clearly seen in the SOP. So don't exaggerate things. Be as true as possible and as authentic as possible. Don't lie. That is like very important. It definitely affects your SOP if you are lying, or if you're saying fake things, if you're writing just for the sake of it. For example, if you have BTech background, if you say some achievements in business, then it's not nowhere related, right? So it is clearly seen that you're faking it. So don't do it. Be authentic as much as possible. Okay. And next is be clear and concise. Yeah. So while writing your SOP, you might have so many thoughts, and while you're putting it onto the paper, everything might be clumsy. You have like 100 thoughts in your brain, and while you're keeping in some word limit, 2000 or 3000 word limit, you cannot fit everything in it. So you might like write nonsense, or you might write something which is not related. So this way it is not clear, it is not concise, it is clumsy, and they won't understand. Even though you have written so much matter, they won't be able to understand exactly what you're trying to convey. So I suggest you guys to use simple language. Don't complicate things, and don't use complex languages. Don't show that you have very much English fluency or something like that in SOP, because even using simple English language will be useful sometimes. So be sure that you're giving information to the point. Use simple language, be clear, and be concise, and make sure you are reading it again and again, so that you'll understand whether it's clumsy or no, whether the other people will understand or no. Next is you're highlighting your unique experiences. So if you have any unique experience in your journey, then you should 100% mention it, because those experiences only will make you stand out of your SOP of others, because everybody have similar things only, educational background, professional background, all these will be similar to all the people, but these unique experiences are only different to one another, right? So if you give like beautiful explanation of these unique experiences in your SOP, then it will make you stand out. So I highly suggest you to include all these experiences while you're writing your SOP, and you have to show passion and motivation. So as I told you, your SOP should definitely show passion and motivation for you to do that course. Otherwise, they will think that you're not a very serious candidate. So your SOP should reflect that you're super serious about doing a course, super serious about your career. So you should definitely show that in your SOP itself, because they won't talk with you. They don't know you. They don't know anything about you. That's your like your face. Your face is your SOP for them. So you have to reflect all these things in words in the SOP itself. And next is proofreading. As I already mentioned, you have to read again and again to make sure that there are Firstly, errors, grammatical errors, there are simple full stop, commas, all these makes a huge difference, in crafting like final SOP. People think that just writing an SOP is enough, but making sure there are no grammatical mistakes, there are no punctuation mistakes, all these things also matters a lot, because that actually showcases basic things, right? How well you know English language, or these are like basics, this is not like complex thing as well. So that's why these are like very important, which you can find out only if you proofread a lot of times. First time you might not find, second time you might not find, third time you might find. And even though if you might not find, you have to give it to others as well to read and ask them whether whatever you want to convey, is it in the same way or no. They have to tell you what they have understood, so that you will know what the reader will understand. So you have to do this, you have to proofread a lot of times, you have to give it to others as well to proofread, so that you'll know it is grammatical error free, and your concept is to the point. Okay, just follow all these points while writing SOP, and trust me, it will make a huge difference. So now we have seen what to do, and now we'll see what not to do. Okay, again, using cliches, don't over exaggerate and don't fake all those things. Be original and be specific. Don't include some random thing which is not related to anything and which they won't even understand, even if you include it in the SOP. So make sure it is to the point and it is original and it is specific. Okay, so this is about it. And also don't be too generic as well. For example, people usually write one SOP and send it to all different courses and all the universities, which is not okay, because as I told you before, only you have to do research about university, program, and country, right? So these three things, how many ever universities you're applying to, you have to do research about all the universities and all the courses, because you might not be applying to the same course and you're not applying to the same university. So every university have their own values, have their own pros, and have their different advantages to each university. So if you write some, for example, if you research about only one university and submit that to all the universities, you might not get acceptance from the other four, because you are including values of one university and you're submitting it to the other. And why would they even give it to you? So that is a huge mistake everybody are doing. So your SOP should be tailored to each program and each university. That is for sure. Please, please, please don't submit the same thing to all the universities. Submit different SOPs to each one. If you're applying to 5 universities, research about 5 universities, research about 5 programs, and then craft individually and then write. Your introduction can be same, your conclusion can be same, but your professional experience can be same and all those things. But your whatever, why this program part should be different, and why this university part should be different. So that para you have to keep changing if you're applying to too many universities. So keep that in mind. And yeah, word limits and formatting. As I told you, formatting, you have to format in a good way. Don't make it clumsy. Don't write it in one para. Give like 2 to 3 paras. As I mentioned, introduction, give it one para, and then professional experience, educational background, like give gaps so that they'll understand. If it is all in one place, like in one para, it looks clumsy and it is not readable to the audience. So I would suggest you to follow the format which I have mentioned in this PPT. And also you have to remember the word limits. Every university have different word limits set. So usually it is around 800 to 1000 word limit. So you have to follow the word limits for sure. If you like go overboard and write 3000, some might think that if I write 3000 words, I might look like I have so much to tell, and they might give you acceptance or something like that. But no, in this area, it is not true. You have to follow the word limit. That also shows your personality for sure, whether you're following rules or no. So make sure you check the word limit for the university you're applying to, and how much ever they ask, please, please, please follow it. Don't go overboard. Plus 10%, minus 10% is fine to the word limit, but don't go overboard than that. So make sure you're following formatting at the same time word limits. And also focusing too much on academics. Usually what people do is, if I write so much about education, they might think that I'm very studious and they might give me admission or something like that. But that's not true, because even they want to know your personal experiences and how you're excelling in your career and all those things. Also they want to know. They don't want to only know about your education background or something like that. As I told you, education background everybody will have, so you have to have that unique experiences, then only your SOP will stand out. So make sure you have a good balance between both. Don't write so much about academics or so much about personal experiences. There should be some balance. So make sure you're having that balance. Okay. Once you write the SOP, now you have to just review and edit. Your first draft is just a draft, so you have to revise and revise multiple times. If you write first time and then if you think that's the final SOP, then you might not have written a well crafted SOP. You have to revise and revise multiple times. You have to ask your peers or someone, some mentor or some expert, ask them to read it, ask them how they felt it, whether you're conveying the messages like similar to what they have understood. Just make sure you do analysis of all these, and if there is any revisions needed, please do as many revisions as possible before submitting. Please don't just write and then just submit. There should be so much revisions which need to be taking place while you're writing your SOP. And also again, make sure there are no mistakes. The content should be very interesting, very compelling. You should show your enthusiasm, confidence, motivation, all these things. So yeah, make sure you remember all these before submitting. Okay, now that we have come to an end of this webinar, in this webinar, as I mentioned, I showed you what is SOP, importance of SOP, format of the SOP, what to do in the SOP and what not to do in the SOP, and the final review and edit as well. So I hope I covered almost everything about the SOP. For example, if you are like struggling to write SOP, if you need some help or guidance, then do definitely message me. I will 100% help you of crafting a very well written SOP, and I'll also proofread if you need any help in your SOP. So don't hesitate to message me in this regard. And if you have any questions, please do send me messages. I would love to answer any questions you have. I'll be waiting to, and also let me know how the session is. Is it like useful? Is it helpful or no? Or do you want me to cover anything else? Just let me know in the messages. I'm going to read it and answer right now. So Lokesh Reddy is asking, can I know the exact size or words of a perfect SOP? So as I mentioned, it varies from the university to university, but usually it's around 800 to 1000 words. That's like a limit, but some might even ask for 500 words SOP, some might ask 400, 800, 1000. So it depends on the university, but whatever the word limit, make sure you're following it. I hope I answered your question, Lokesh. Any more questions anybody have? If everybody liked the webinar, give a thumbs up. Mehboob is asking how Careercheq is different from others. Well, I'll tell you, Careercheq is definitely different from others because we are not only like giving you admissions or helping you in the admission process, we are definitely guiding you and also helping you choose the right university. And our guidance will not definitely stop when you get admission letter or offer letter. We will continue supporting you until you settle in your career, until you go abroad and find your place. All these things will give you assistance, finding your accommodation, finding part-time jobs, settling in, helping with your flight tickets. And if you have any more doubts, even after that, while finding your jobs, we'll be able to help you. So we'll guide you in each step of the way, before application process and after application process as well. So in this way, we are like really different from others. Usually, all the other countries would not even care after getting offer letter, because I know there are so many students who come to us saying that, but we are different from others. That is for sure. So once you come and talk with us, you'll definitely see the difference. And so I would highly recommend you to once speak with us. And if you only feel that we are different from others, then take admissions. We are not forcing anybody to take admissions as well. We have that confidence that we are like different from others. I hope I answered your question. So $1 Million Tech Hub is asking, what was the next fair date to start the visa process? So it depends on the country. Like if you're going for USA or UK, please mention the country so that I can tell you. Is this the correct time to move for masters in USA? Can I get your now? Okay, well, this is tricky because currently the situation is like not very good, but this happens every once in a while in these top countries because there's so much of competition, and then economy keeps changing. Economy is not stable in any country for that matter, USA, UK, even India. So economy keeps changing, and when there is like huge competition, economy goes up and down and all these things happen. That's when the situation will not might not be like super good. But if you're like really interested, if you're a very serious candidate and you know how to crack a job and all these things, then USA will also be a very good option right now, because whatever recession or whatever is there, it won't stay for long. If you go for study now, by the time you graduate, the situation might be normal. So we never know. So do not change your study abroad plans based on one or two things. Make thorough research and make sure that achieve what you want to achieve. So United Kingdom. Okay. For UK, you have to start your visa process at least 1.5 months before your start date. For example, if you're going for September intake, start your visa process in August if you're going for priority. If you're going for normal, then I would suggest July ending, because 1 month it takes time. Okay, what is the minimum budget? Can we complete MS in USA? It depends on the university and the ranking of the university. Usually, if you're going for normal USA university, if it is 1 year course, then it will be somewhere around 15,000 to $20,000 per year. That is like a normal university, I'm telling. That is approximately. Again, it varies from university to university. Okay, regarding visas, so right now the visa slots are available. I mean, they are releasing more visa slots compared to last year, that is for sure. But we never know. Until we get a slot, we don't know whether we'll get a slot or no. That is there. But then I already made a video on this saying that the president directly ordered the ambassador to release, more appointments and all, because the competition is huge for USA. We know that it keeps growing every year, no matter the consequences. So it is far better than last year, the visa slots. But until you get it, we don't know. Thank you for the information given. Thank you so much. I hope this webinar is helpful. I mean, if it is, then give a thumbs up so that I'll know whether it's like informative, useful, or no. Good. Thank you. Thank you so much. If there are any questions about the SOP, then please let me know. And also the PPT, we can share, I think. So you can contact us so that we'll be able to share that with you. Sharon, yeah, thank you for your webinar. Thank you. What is zero processing fee mentioned on website? So yeah, zero processing in the sense we don't charge anything for processing your application. It is as simple as that. So there are no hidden charges, nothing. We don't charge anything for ourselves. If there is any application fee for the university, you're paying directly to the university. That's about it. And for visa, you'll pay for yourself. That's it. We don't charge any service fee or processing fee. It is completely zero. I'll also let you know about the offer which is going on for the all our lovely members in this webinar. So as I told you, this like wonderful offer. Careercheq is already sent over 200 plus students abroad from the day we started. So which is a huge milestone for us, and we thought of giving away to all our lovely students. We would like to give you 50,000 cash reward. It might be cash, or it might be laptop worth 50,000, iPad, iPhone worth 50,000, anything you can choose. Whoever enroll into abroad university from us, you'll get one of these offer while you're going. So if you're interested, then do contact us, because 50,000 is not a small amount, guys. While study abroad process itself is a very financially burdened process, so this definitely helps you in some or the other way. There are no terms and conditions, there are no strings attached, nothing. Just you have to enroll in abroad university from us, you will get whatever reward you have chosen. So this applies to both September and Jan intake students. So if you're looking to go September or Jan intake, then do contact us and ask about this offer. They'll explain you clearly. There's nothing in terms of explanation. Whatever I just told you, that is the explanation. If you want to enroll into it, then just call us. They'll tell you how to do it, and you can avail 50,000. And this is exclusively for my webinar participants. So you can be beneficial if you say that I attended the webinar and I want to enroll into this reward. So whoever want enroll in this, everybody gets it. There is no lucky draw, lucky dip, nothing. Whoever want to go abroad through us, everybody will get this. I hope this will be useful for a lot of people, and I hope everybody makes use of this. And there's no processing fee, nothing. You're getting 50,000 extra from us itself, instead of Usually other consultancies take money from you, but we are giving it to you. So this is also one unique thing about Career Check. Thank you for your webinar, Akila. Thank you so much. I hope everything is clear. And also, can you tell me like what kind of topics you want me to do webinars on in future? I'll do it. If there is anything, just let me know. IELTS. So you want me to do a webinar on IELTS? Then yes, I will definitely do it because it is also a very important topic. Next, any more topics other than IELTS? So if you want to know more about the DS 160 filling and new updates and all those things, then you should be in touch with us. If you stay in touch constantly with us, you will understand, you will get to know new updates and everything. And if you follow me on my Instagram or YouTube as well, I keep making videos or reels about updated any news about US visa slots or anything like that. So stay tuned and keep following. You'll get updates. Anything else, guys? If everybody don't have any questions, then we can end this webinar right now and we can meet in next webinar. I really hope this webinar is useful for all of you and make sure you're using this offer. Don't forget, guys, 50,000 is like a lot of money. Please make sure you're using this reward. And also, if you have any questions about SOP, then do message me. When can we expect the next webinar? As soon as possible. So maybe next Saturday. I'm 90% sure that it will be next Saturday, but we'll let you know by next week. We'll let you know when it will be by next week. So keep following us. Stay tuned. We'll inform you when the next webinar is, and I hope we'll continue to do many more webinars like this. And yeah, that's it, everybody. I think we'll end this webinar right now. Bye. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. So this is our website and our Instagram and all those. Please scan it. You'll get all the links. Please do follow us and you'll get updates. You can contact us. You can speak with me. I'll guide you and I'll help you in each step of your way. Okay, guys. I'll see you in my next webinar. Until then, take care. Have a great Saturday and great weekend, everyone.